towards the crowd. Get ready now and pretend you're having fun. The show's begun. I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind to all the gray. Luckily I came to find my sight. Glassel sökte över mig. My purpose is to entertain. Let the world laugh at my flaws. Nothing ever makes me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause. Painted like a clown, paint to hide your frown. Paint will hide your problems, paint to shut you down. Cries of ecstasy, cries that you wrinkly, cries that hide our sorrows and leave us empty. Oh, is this a test? Something I can best play your part to prove you're better than the rest. I just barely see what hasn't I just go spacing what's inside the ultimate test. What is it you see worth the thing in me? I don't think that's something I could ever be. Spite in everything you choose to believe that what the side of me is all that you can see. Day and day I lie awake softly reciting words imprinted in my memory. Everyone's a freak down here. Everybody is a freak down here. I was born and raised in this freak show scene. I never had any choice. Luckily turn your head towards the crowd. Get ready now and pretend you're having fun. The show's begun. I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind to all the gray. Luckily I came to find my sight. Glassel sökte över mig. My purpose is to entertain. Let the world laugh at my flaws. Nothing ever makes me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause. Painted like a clown, paint to hide your frown. Paint will hide your problems, paint to shut you down. Cries of ecstasy, cries that you wrinkly, cries that hide our sorrows and leave us empty. Oh, is this a test? Something I can best play your part to prove you're better than the rest. I just barely see what hasn't I just go spacing what's inside the ultimate test. What is it you see worth the thing in me? I don't think that's something I could ever be. Spite in everything you choose to believe that what the side of me is all that you can see. Day and day I lie awake softly reciting words imprinted in my memory. Everyone's a freak down here. Everybody is a freak down here. I was born and raised in this freak show scene. I never had any choice. Luckily I live with those like me who all love my soul and voice. My purpose is to shed my shame, show the world the worst of me. Nothing ever makes me feel the same as the crowd laughing at me. We're just circus freaks, that's all that we can be. Putting on this paint won't stop the mockery. Something hides behind the monster black and white. Something with purpose beyond this pain of mine. I think I can see the person I could be. Broken and so scared, but it's still me. Glowing from inside, begging for the light. What's coming from my heart makes me feel alive. Painted like a clown, paint to hide your frown. Paint will hide your problems, paint to shut you down. Cries of ecstasy, cries that you wrinkly, cries that hide our sorrows and leave us empty. Oh, is this a test? Something I can best play your part to prove you're better than the rest. I've come to accept what hasn't I just 'cause in the end we passed the ultimate test. something I could always be, starting everything. I just believe a vision of me lives in my memory. Day and day I lie awake softly reciting words imprinted in my memory. Everyone's a freak down here. Everybody is a freak down here.
Okay. Hi. Hi, Jack. Let me know if my voice is too loud. I've never streamed, or well, I haven't streamed with my voice since like 2017, so I don't know how the balance is, but um, I'm just gonna try to tune this. Hi. I hope you're doing okay. Okay, perfect. Um, I mainly want to tune Yuma because I like Yuma, and I've never tuned him before because I just bought him. I already put some of the auto tuning on him, but um, so. It sounds okay, but I definitely need to edit it. I've never like the AI tuning is like okay, but it never sounds good the first time, so let's just listen to it by itself.
I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind to all the gray. Luckily, I came to find my sight. Grosso to me, my purpose is to entertain. Let the world laugh at my flaws. Nothing ever makes me feel the same as the crowd's roaring applause.
Okay. I mean that sounds okay, but I'm also I'm using a mouse. I don't normally use a mouse. I normally use my trackpad, but I thought it would be a little better. But now I have to realize I'm not used to pitch tuning with just a mouse. But let's see. I also don't know how to I don't know how to zoom in like that with a mouse, so I have to use my trackpad for that. But let's see. Oh yeah, I trackpad. Alyssa, I do like 90% of my music from my bed. Like I'm not exaggerating. I don't sit at my desk. I only have my desk set up right now so I can have my second monitor. But let's see.
I was raised to see.
I don't know why I'm putting I actually don't want to pitch bend right there. I don't know what I'm doing. I want it right here. Oh my God, hi Anthony. I love when you pop in. I just reposted, or not reposted, but republicized my Stravage remix because someone asked about it. But Stravage is such a good song.
I was raised to see the. I was raised to see.
Sorry, this is gonna be a lot of me making a pitch bend, playing it back, slightly changing it, playing it back. That's just the reality of tuning, unfortunately. Ooh, I use my desk when I'm like actually working on a project, but I always auto in bed because autoing is such a chore. Yeah, I would auto in bed. I mean, I do everything in bed, so I can't I can't like say anything, but I would totally auto in bed. Anything intensive, I want to do it while cozy.
I was raised to see the world in black. I, I was raised to see.
Okay, that's fine. I want something I love doing. I love when a note is going from a high note to a low note. I love taking the pitch. Let's see if I can do this with my mouse. And just kind of, that messes it up a little bit, but let's see. Making it go high. I love when it goes high and then back down. It's probably gonna, it always sounds bad the first time. You have to
I was
adjust it.
raised to see the world in black.
That actually sounded fine. Dude, yeah, Jack, that's literally how my tuning is. I do the same with art. I'll draw like two lines and then I'll zoom out and I'll just like spend like 10 seconds looking at my drawing and then I'll zoom back in and I'll draw two lines and then I'll zoom out and it just, it's my whole process is just doing something, then looking at the big picture.
I was raised to see the world in black and I was raised to see the world in black and
I want vibrato here. Dude, sometimes, Jack, I'll like be tuning and I'll like listen to the entire song like 5 times in a row without making any changes just to kind of get the vibe. And then I'll be like, okay, this is what I want to change.
I was raised to see the world in black and white.
Literally, yeah, I listen to it until like it stops sounding good and then I'm like, okay, that's what I want to change.
I was raised to see the world in black and white.
Normally I would make this pitch bend go down, but let's see how this
I was
sounds.
raised to see the world in black and white.
I'm glad I'm glad we all do this. I'm glad we all just kind of listen to our music until something sounds off. But sometimes I have the opposite problem where like something will bother me and then I'll listen to it enough that it stops bothering me and then I have to be like, do I still need to go fix it? Or was it just never a problem and I was thinking into it too much?
I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind to all the gray.
Oh my God, Wabarino, thank you so much. That I was gonna say that's your first super ever, but that's my first super ever, period. I've never gotten a super chat before, and that's crazy. Thank you so much. Dude, did it come through twice or did you send it twice? I think it just came through twice because it's telling me to celebrate your first super twice in a row. But thank you so much. That's crazy, dude. Thank you so much. Is it gonna
I
play?
was
There we
raised to
go.
see the world in black and white.
Oh my God, you just revisited it? It's really like, I mean, is the song still publicly available? Because I would remaster it. I do feel like I could do so much more with it almost a decade later. I like it's like pretty and it's soft, but it's really empty. I really feel like I could do something with that if you would let me. Though I do have my plate full for like the rest of 2026, but I that is something I would be so down to do.
I was raised to see the world in black and white.
Oh yeah, I'll send you that SVP for sure. Any like literally, especially for Jack, but for anyone really. If you want any of my music files, I'll give them to you. If you use Studio One, I'll give you the song file. I really don't care. I'll give you the MIDI, like whatever you want.
I was raised to see the world in black and white.
I like that white. That sounds good. Black. Oh my God, that was way out of tune. Sorry, I can't sing for shit. So like I'm gonna sing to see how I pronounce things, but you have to be nice to me because I can't sing good. Oh wait, hold on. But I would love to work on it. Dude, yeah. It really deserves its renaissance. I still love that song. I really, dude, you gotta send me the file so I can listen again. It's been like probably 8 years since I've listened to the original Stravage, but I remember you posted that cover on your Instagram, and I was like, holy shit, dude, it's back! Dude, yeah, I sing along all the time. That's how I figure out how to pronounce things, and so I feel like I'm always giving, I feel like I'm always giving my Vocaloids or my Synth V Banks like a Californian accent. I make them not pronounce the T because I don't pronounce T's. But it's black and white. I barely pronounce that D, so maybe.
The world in black and white.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's no better reference than a real voice. Like, even my friend Tyra. Oh, hold on. Actually, one second. I forgot. They asked me to let them know when I'm streaming. Let's see. Oops. Let me just send them the link real quick, but I'll tell that story in a second. Okay. Anyways, speaking of no better reference than a real voice, my friend Tyra, Ty Binowo, um, they are at my request covering Goddish with Rin, and it sounds so good. Like I like their tuning as is, but they're referencing Mizuki's actual voice for that song. They like put it into Melodyne so they can see the pitch bends, and it's so peak, dude. Like there's really like if I could sing better, I would sing all my songs and then put them into Melodyne and tune them how I sing them, but I don't know how to sing. Dude, if I were Texan, that's what I would be doing. Like, I really do feel like I give my Vocaloids Californian accents. Dude, I never tried that, Anthony. I didn't even know you could do that. But yeah, yeah, I hope they'll post it soon in Corey. Um, they just started it like today, I think, so it'll probably be like a week or two. But um, I don't know. I'm really excited for that. Dude, yeah, Kevin should not be Texan. Ooh, I wonder what Kevin sounds like singing this. I'm not changing it because I love Yuma, but I'm just curious. I just got Kevin. I bought him off of Lauren Estes. I think that's how you pronounce their name.
I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind, all the gray. Luckily, I came to find my sight. Grosso cirque de lumière.
Anyway, that sounds good. Anyway, back to Yuma. But that was fun. Do and Utaos with accents are really fun. Like they become more niche. You can't use them for everything, but like if you're writing country, a Texan Utah would be a godsend. Not that I don't think there's really anyone in this community writing country, but you could do some groundbreaking stuff with that. I wrote a country song for Yokio Down, but I never ended up posting it. It wasn't country, it was like folk, but yeah, I love Lauren. We just recently reconnected like 2 months ago, and we don't talk a whole lot, but we have each other on Blue Sky, and they're super chill. Like we never really spoke a whole lot in the past, but we kind of ran in the same circles, so it's really nice to kind of talk to them now because they're really nice.
I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind all.
That A and was feels way too pronounced. It's like I was, and I'm like, okay, I get it, you were. Where is it? I'm too far ahead. Maybe? Oh, dude, you're updating the Rutao? I love when you do that. I've been seeing your Adachi Ray is getting crazy used. I saw you said it had like 10,000 downloads. That's crazy. How do you track that? Bro was.
White, I was blind, all the gray.
Yeah, that's way better. Why don't you have phonemes? Did I accidentally delete them? I probably did that. I feel like I was editing this. I was blind to all. I was blind to all. I don't know exactly what phoneme I want to use right there. Yeah, I didn't realize Mediafire counted downloads. I actually, the main reason way back when in like 2016 or 17, the whole reason I started using Bandcamp was because it has the limit on your, um, it has the limit on how many free downloads you can have. Um, so it would tell me how many downloads I had left so I could calculate how many people had downloaded my music, basically. I don't check it anymore because I don't list it for free on Bandcamp anymore, but not for was. Those are the phonemes I did put in for was. I was not sure what I wanted to do for two because I kind of pronounce it somewhere in between two and tuh. Like so I don't know.
White, I was blind to all the gray.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking TAX. Ooh, maybe I'm nasty. Let me try. Is it gonna? There we go. Sorry, I have a little bit of a crap top, and it's mostly my fault because it's like a decent laptop, but I treat it really poorly, and it has like 8 GB of storage free right now, so it doesn't run very well. So sorry if it lags.
White, I was blind to all the gray.
Ooh, maybe.
White, I was blind to all the gray.
Um, maybe not. Hold on. I know, poor little crap top. I'm getting a PC in like 2 weeks. My my roommate's uncle is selling a PC, so in like 2 weeks I'm gonna get that. Hopefully that's better. Oh, thank you, Zesty Bestie. I'm glad you like it. I I feel weird about my voice being recorded. I don't like it sounds strange to me, so I'm glad you like it. Our crop tops should be friends. In fact, all of the crop tops I've ever had should be crop top friends with yours. I actually just recently turned on my old laptop and it was chugging because I haven't turned it on in like 3 years.
White, I was blind to all the gray.
Let's get some nice vibrato on here. Let's fade it in so it doesn't sound crazy. And let's fade it out if we're nasty.
White, I was blind to all the gray.
Okay, a little less intense. Thank you, Jack. A little less depth.
White, I was blind to all the gray.
I have a crop top that lags running File Explorer and takes like 5 minutes to turn on every time. That's how my first laptop was. My Losty P era music, it was writing on a laptop like that. It could barely do anything. And I mean, I was trying to run Sony Vegas Pro or something like that on the shittiest laptop ever. It did not work. I had to switch to HitFilm.
White, I was blind to all the gray.
Yeah, there we go. That's a sexy vibrato. I was doing pitch bends. Sorry. My tuning process is all over the place. I just kind of do whatever thing needs to be done. I don't do things in an order. There's a crop top with 7-ish Vocaloids on it that I haven't started in close to 2 years, I fear. Dude, have you run out of activations for those Vocaloids? Because if I had, I would be turning on that laptop and deactivating them. I I've lost a couple Vocaloids that way. So, or I've lost like one Vocaloid that way. It runs Ultra Kill, that's cool. I've never played Ultra Kill, but it looks really cool and I really like the aesthetic of it. Hi, Mizuki. We were just talking about Mizuki, like, for like a split second. Who did I lose? So I lost, to be honest, it was someone that I was sharing with someone, and that's why I lost them. But it was like I had one activation left. Who was it? Oh my God. Was it Mayu? I don't remember. I have to go through my list because I only have like 3 Vocaloids installed right now because I have no space on my laptop. I basically uninstall and reinstall as I use them for songs. I think right here. Mayu is my goat. I was sharing them with someone. We had split custody on them or on her because which is crazy because she's not that expensive as far as Vocaloids go. She's like $70. And if you don't know, it's normal for Vocaloids to go for like about 100, and if you're going for a Kryptonloid, like 150. At least last I checked, maybe it's gone up. I don't buy them very often anymore, but 70 is not bad. But I was broke, so we both went 35, 35. No, I don't blame you, Anthony. She's such a diva. I've been hunting. I've been every single day on Mercari and eBay and Amazon Japan and Taobao searching up for a couple things, but one of them is Mayu's box. And the other thing is Sonica's Chinese box that I don't know if we know for certain exists. Um, and then the other thing is Utadane Pico's box. I'm on the prowl for these every day. Yeah, they range from like 60 to 90 unless you're Len and Ren. Yeah, that sounds about right. I just got Yuma, I think for like 70 off DL site because I was not upgrading to Synth V2. The effort I had to go through to get Ruby and CU on my MacBook was entirely too much. Dude, I can imagine. The biggest reason I am unfortunately a Windows girly, not that I would ever switch to Apple. No hate to you, but I despise Apple. But I would switch to Linux if literally anything I used ran on Linux. But I'm stuck on Windows because of ease of use for all my programs. What am I working on? I'm working on a song. It's probably not going to come out until the end of the year because my other 2 uploads are taking priority, but I really wanted to tune tonight, so I'm working on that. But I can play back this part. I might talk over it though, but I'll play this so you can hear it.
I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind to all the gray. Luckily, I came to find my sight. Crossing sökte me. My purpose is to entertain. Let the world laugh at my flaws. Nothing ever makes me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause. Painted like a clown, paint to hide your frown, paint will hide your problems, paint to shut you down. Cries of
Thank you,
ecstasy,
Mizuki.
cries that lyrically, cries that hide our sorrows and leave us empty. Always this is something I can't best play your part or prove you're better than the rest. I just barely see what happened, not just cause facing what's inside the ultimate test. What is it you see worth looking at me? I don't think that's something I could ever be. Spite in everything you choose to believe that what the side of me is all that you can see. Day and day I lie awake softly
That's good. I'm not gonna play the whole song, but thank you so much, Anthony. This song is actually, I wrote it in 2019. This is like very heavy, and I haven't changed a whole lot. The production is pretty different. Um, the production's more recent. It's from like 2023. I haven't touched it up a whole lot since, or no, it's actually from pretty recently. I think, yeah, I touched it up this year. Um, but the composition and about half the lyrics are all from like when I was in high school, and it holds up surprisingly okay. Linux is chill, but nothing runs on it, and using something for translation like Wine either doesn't work well or runs slower. Yeah, and honestly, my laptop's not good enough to be running intensive programs on a virtual machine. Like, on top of Wine not running well as is, it would it would be doubly bad. So I am stuck with Windows, and I'm stuck with Windows 11. Oh man. The Pumpkinhead evolution is so fun to witness. People have been saying this. I've gotten a couple people recently telling me that they're like nice seeing my evolution, which is interesting to me because like when it's my music, it all kind of sounds it all kind of sounds the same to me. I don't really see like I kind of see an evolution, but it doesn't feel like that significant. But I'm glad other people see it because that's really cool. Let me. Okay. I want this to be dramatic and I don't want it to go up. The AI tuning really likes when the notes go up to make the pitch bend go up. And I wonder if that's like how humans sing, because that's not what I do. When notes go up, pitch bend go down. It's fun seeing how far producers go from like when they first start to now. Yeah, it's really cool. I will every couple of months go back and listen to a couple of my Lost EP songs, and it's interesting. Like, I don't think they're bad, but you can tell like I've changed over time. It's absolutely not how anyone sings from what I've heard. That's what I thought. But I don't sing, so I just thought maybe I didn't know. Yeah, I also thought the natural tendency was to scoop up, so I'm glad I'm doing it chill way. I'm glad it's just the AI being weird. Oh, I accidentally muted the wrong track.
Luckily, I came to find my
Yeah, maybe I give it some fucked up and evil vibrato too. That looks evil. Let's see how that sounds.
Luckily, I came to find my
Yeah, I mean, that actually sounds good. Probably just Yuma's VP being a weirdo. Yeah, how crazy, like, I don't think this is, like, how it is, but how crazy would it be if Yuma's voice provider was Pico's voice provider? I don't know if his voice provider's confirmed, but that would be crazy. I don't think they're the same, but could you imagine?
Luckily, I came to find my side grow.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I've also, do anyone else, I don't like having two notes with strong vibrato in a row. So when I have like a section like this with three long notes, I'll either only emphasize the middle one or I'll emphasize the outside too. I don't like having long, like intense vibrato multiple times in a row. Yeah, that's what I thought, Jack. I assumed at least the default ones that are just like letter names, except for Wayna. That's cool. Um, I um I kind of just assumed that because they were default, they didn't have voice providers, but I'm not tapped into the Vocaloid community scene anymore because I'm really detached, so I don't keep up.
Luckily, I came to find my side grow.
Yeah, too much vibrato can get cramped. I need to go back for Happy Dumb and kind of lessen the intensity on a couple words because there's a couple words I've started noticing that get really intense with the vibrato. Also, I didn't know you could like change notes tunings note by note. I normally just paint the tuning like in Vocaloid. I'm still new to Synthly, haha. Yeah, it's really cool. What I like to do is Like the drawing, if you have like a drawing tablet, drawing vibrato that way apparently can be pretty cool. I've known a couple people who do that. I tried it and I couldn't really get good at it, but instead of just drawing on the pitch bend, I just go into the note settings and edit the vibrato that way. I have to hold on, let me pull up. Let me. I studied French for like 4 years, so I should have pronounced this right, but let me make sure this French line is pronounced correctly. Ah, I gotta put the accents. I don't know the accent shortcuts with my keyboard. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna pronounce these out loud because for someone who studied French all throughout college, I had to for my major. Or I didn't have to study French specifically, but I had to study a language. Um, I took so many French classes and I am so bad at French. So I have to check everything. Okay, I pronounced it slightly wrong. That's okay. No, I'm not on Synth V2, Jack. I'm still on Synth V1. I heard that Synth V2 you can't edit the pitch the way I'm doing right now, which is the main reason I haven't switched over. There should be an R sound right there. And maybe a softer sound than A. Um, Synthfy is like one of those programs where there's so many bells and whistles and you end up finding new stuff every day on them. Yeah, honestly, a lot of programs are like that. Synthv is definitely like that. I definitely don't make use of everything that's in there. Um, my music DAW is like that too. Studio One, there's so many features I don't use at all, and I learn something new all the time. Why'd you choose French? So when I was in high school, I took French as well but it was mainly because I'm in Southern California, so a lot of people here speak Spanish. Or I was in Southern California at the time. So all the Spanish classes in my high school were just packed, like 45 to 50 students per teacher, and they were notorious for being awful and loud and no one paid attention because everyone already knew the language. Um, so I didn't want to do that class, so I just went with French because the classes were a lot smaller. And then by the time I got to college and realized I had to take like 5 language classes of the same language, I was just kind of like, well, I already kind of know French, so I'll just continue with that. But realistically, I should have done Spanish because that would be much more useful in my day-to-day life. I only learned enough French that I could phoneme edit Alice and alter ego so that she could sing in English. That's fair. That's totally fair. I'm still devastated we didn't get Alice Vocaloid. I was so excited for her. Yeah, I when I was in when I was in elementary school, they really taught Spanish. I like to the point we said the Pledge of Allegiance and we said the Pledge of Allegiance every day in English and Spanish. And I still remember a little bit of it, but I'm not I like it's just kind of gibberish to me because I don't remember the words, just the sounds. I can read Spanish perfectly. Dude, that's impressive. I can read French pretty good, at least like casual French. Like I can read French tweets pretty well, but I can't read like a French novel because I never learned like figurative language. Yeah, the Spanish taught's not that good. I mean, languages taught in public education in general, not that good. My French teacher, my French teacher was really weird, actually. I have a lot of stories. At least my first French teacher, Mr. Polopoulos, he made us role play a lot, and he made us there for Halloween. He made us role play killing and eating each other. It was weird. That was my French experience in public high school. Dude, Japanese in college is cool. Like that's kind of like outside of going to Japan and immersing yourself, like college is kind of the place to learn Japanese, right? Corey, that's crazy. Let's see. This definitely shouldn't be posts. I'm so lucky that my German classes were filled with such nerds who actually cared about learning the language. Dude, I wish it was that way for me. At least in high school, I was always the teacher's pet because that was just who I was as a person. I wasn't like I didn't like kiss up to them, but I was well behaved and I didn't have a lot of friends, so I would talk to the teachers. Um, so my French teacher, I remember in my yearbook, she put, "Thank you for being a shining light in the darkness," because no one in that class gave a crap. I was the only one who cared about learning French, besides like maybe two or three other people. Oh, dude, that's awesome. You got to use your language in Japan. I really want to go to France one day just because, like, I've put like 4 to 6 years into learning French. I really need to make use of it and, like, go speak to people in French. Spanish is my second language, so I tested out of doing language classes. It really sucked to have to teach my peers because the teachers couldn't. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, like, to a much lesser extent, I kind of had the same because I would grasp the content fairly well because, I mean, just because, like, I enjoyed it and I was passionate about learning it. And so people would want to study with me, but they kind of just wanted me to give them the answers. So it wasn't really teaching them. Um, Dude, we should go to Canada together. I've been to Vancouver, but I haven't been to like Quebec. Though Quebec French is pretty different from the French I learned. But I mean, I could still get by. Let's see. Do I want vibrato on my? Maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Is there a way to make the default depth not 0? But then I would also have to remove so much vibrato from notes I don't want it on, so maybe I don't want it that way. Let's see. Yeah, I've heard Canadian French is crazy. Hey, woke toi? You know that? Hey, woke toi? I love Samil, or Sammy.
My purpose.
Why did that sound like that? Hopefully that hopefully that was just because it was just the end of the note. It sounded weird out of. Wait, why didn't I put? Did I get ahead of myself? Yeah, I did get ahead of myself. I gotta start here.
Tell me, yeah.
See, a little less depth. That's probably good.
Tell me, yeah.
That's also supposed to be do, not duh. And then we can probably get a little freaky over here instead of having this go up. Let's freak it, guys.
Tell me, yeah.
I honestly, I forgot you can mix phonemes from other languages. I don't really know the other language phonemes that well. I only really know English. Um, I worked with the Japanese phonemes once, like 3 years ago. You can get some really fun results for French by mixing Spanish and Chinese phonemes. Interesting. I'll have to, I'll have to, ooh, I have a French song I really like. Maybe I'll have to see if there's an instrumental for it. You guys know Louise Attack? That's my favorite French band. I know like I know one French band and it's Louise Attack and they're my favorite. So you guys know I can speak from a place of authority.
Tell me, yeah.
Let's double freak it actually. Yeah, I kind of figured they'd have to be on separate notes. That makes sense. Let's go crazier. Let's, I don't know, maybe move it a little forward and make it higher. And wait, where'd my phoneme go? Or not my phoneme, my pitch bend. What? It disappeared. I didn't know it would do that. I didn't know if it detached from the line, it would disappear. That's probably too intense, but we'll see. Like, if you want to use the Mandarin U to mimic the French U, it'll be a separate note. Honestly, those are two similar U sounds. Your mind is fascinating, Jack. I need to study you. Maybe I make it a little more dramatic. If there's one thing about me, I love dramatic pitch bends. Yeah, that's it. Let's listen to the whole thing to make sure there's nothing wrong. Could be, is that LV or LV from Mandarin? Let me try that. Let's see. So this would be Mandarin. Oh my god. Note properties. I have to remember how to change an individual note's language. Language. There we go. Mandarin Chinese. This one in Spanish. Oh, the phonemes would be LY. Okay. So the MIERR, is that what the phonemes would look like for this one? Because I don't know Spanish phonemes like at all. I've never used Spanish in Synthfy. And then let's try that. Hmm, interesting. I'm gonna have to learn these other phonemes. You've just expanded my brain, Jack. I feel like I've just unlocked like a new level to this tuning shit.
I was raised to see the world in
Maybe a little cheeky vibrato on this one. Just a little bit. I can tell, Jack. I can tell because the way you talk about my phoneme mixing when I tune um, JP Lloyd's for English. Same music key. Like I mean like I knew, but I forgot because I have used it before in the sense of I covered ID Smile and I used the individual note languages for the parts of the lyrics that are in English instead of having them on different tracks. But that was like 2022, and then I forgot about that. Oh, can you please send me that, Jack? I have one for English, but not for the other charts.
I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind to all the gray. Luckily, I came to find my sight. Grosso sökt ur mer. My pup.
Yeah, that sounds good. Actually, you know what I haven't messed with? Or have I messed with it? I have messed with it. I was gonna mess with the vocal mode. I guess I already did that. Oh yeah, Mizuki. I have the synth V phonemes mainly memorized, but that's because they're Arpabet, which is a fairly widely used phoneme base. And so I've seen it used other places, so I've just been exposed to it a lot. But I don't know all the phonemes, especially because I've been back on my Vocaloid shit, and it's been a while since I've really tuned in synth V. Let's just get rid of all of that. It might sound. Whenever I do these pitch bends that go high, they always have like a 50% chance of sounding really bad, and then I have to adjust them. I have one for like all of the languages in Synthfeed to mark the overlaps and stuff from when I was working on making Stardust sing in German. That's peak, actually. Dude, you're the languages guy, honestly. Like, when I think of like tuning Vocaloids in some fuck ass languages, I think of you and I think of Poet Fog, who is Zagorodnik now, but I feel like most people know him as Poet Fog. But he hasn't, I don't know if he's posted anything like this, but he really likes making Vocaloids sing in Russian. So I think of you too.
Premiere, my purple.
I feel like we could do even more with this. Let's go crazy.
Premiere, my purple.
Hmm.
Premiere, my purple.
I'm not sure.
Premiere, premiere, my purple.
There we go. I like that. I tried to make Solaria sing in French once. Do I still have that? What did I try to make her sing? I think I made her sing the song that I want that I mentioned by Louise Attack. Um, I first let me let the stream catch. Okay, I just had to make sure you guys can't see my file explorer because I don't want. I have to go digging through this. Actually, I'll do that later. I'll just keep tuning. But at some point, I made her sing Du Monde Tout Autour. And she sounded so American, man. I really need to get into phony mixing. But how crazy would it be if they start adding French to Synth V? Guy who just made an Arature voice bank that can handle French, Spanish, German, Russian, English, and Japanese. Damn, that's awesome. What other languages could you add? I'm trying to think of a crazy language. I guess this isn't crazy, but I'm biased. You should add Italian, just for me. I don't speak Italian, but my family is from Sicily. Synthv 2 has fuck. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be swearing like that on stream. Do I have to upgrade to Synthv 2? Yeah. I don't use Synthv 2 either. Me who has Synthv 2. It's probably good. It's just the thing about me is like my foundational vocal synth program that I used at a developmental age was Vocaloid V4. So I'm used to like a kind of shitty one that has like basically complete control over everything. It doesn't have control over everything, but like control over like pitch bends, like things like that. Things that are being taken away as AI voices develop. I don't like the lack of control I have over the vocals in Synth V2, so I don't use it. It took me a while to come around to Synth V1. Like it was until I realized you could turn off the auto tune, which was pretty quickly, but let's see. Synth 2 French is kind of wonky IMO and it's only for the Dreamtonics banks. But I could have Yuma French. But do I want to do that? I'm not even good enough at French to write a song in French. like, because I never learned figurative language. I've tried writing songs in French before and it doesn't go well. It's like, I eat the apple. The apple is yummy. I am a boy. I go to work. Do V4s? I still use V4. I own V6 and I technically own V5. Um, I don't use them. I only got V6 because I wanted to use Asa. I might use them for a song that honestly, my schedule's so jam-packed for this year. Even if I use Asa for that song, it's not coming out until like at least 2027. Can confirm Synthie 2 has English, Chinese, Spanish, Japanese, French, Cantonese, and Korean. That's awesome. It makes me so happy that they're expanding language support. It wasn't that long ago that we only had English, Japanese, and then a handful of Chinese and Spanish Vocaloids. So it's really awesome to see it developing. Oh yeah, Jack, I figured I would have to get Yuma too if I wanted him to sing in French. I am a boy. Oui, oui, baguette.
My purpose is to
I have to hear that with more context.
my purpose is to
Maybe. Maybe a little less.
my purpose is to
Yeah. Does anyone else just kind of take the AI auto-tuning and then edit it like this? Just kind of moving the pitch bends around or deleting them and redrawing them? I feel like it's definitely not the purest of heart way to go about it. I feel like the purest of soul and heart way to tune in SynthV is to not use the AI tuning. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but because I just think it makes you pure of heart to do it completely by yourself. But I do feel like it's the lawful neutral way to tune.
my purpose is to enter.
A little less.
My purpose is to entertain.
Sometimes it can be hit or miss with the AI tuning. Yeah, honestly, I really have to mess with it. Like if I if I don't set the settings just quite right, it just sounds so messed up and it sounds so bad and it's just like unsalvageable. So, yeah, edit beyond recognition. I'm honestly, I don't know. I feel like I'm not editing this as much as I normally do, but I'm trying to see how it sounds if I kind of let it be a little more AI tuning. I want it to be a little more realistic while still having the soul of my tuning.
My purpose is to entertain.
Do I want this to have a cheeky little vibrato?
My purpose is to enter.
Yeah, that sounds good. My purpose is to enter. Yeah, I don't pronounce that T. Californian moment. Goodbye, T.
My purpose is to entertain.
Is there a sign? I knew this at one point, but I've forgotten. Is there a phoneme in Synthve that's like the Syl phoneme in Vocaloid that will just make them stop? Is it CL?
My purpose is to entertain.
It is CL. But that doesn't sound good, so it doesn't matter. You don't say the L in peculiar. 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 I have a hard time not saying the L. That's like, oh shit, I didn't know about the other two. Thank you. They have a lot. Do they all stop the same way, or are they all like slightly different? I assume BR like is a breath. Is it like Vocaloid where that's a breath? Maybe if I had another N. I just want there. Oh, wait. I have a way to do this. I just want the N to be a little more emphasized. No, they're all different. I'll have to experiment with them and see how they sound. I guess I could do that right now if this doesn't sound good.
My purpose is to entertain.
Let's see, what are the others? PAU.
My purpose is to entertain.
BRH is breath. Basically the SIL phoneme because it's for like the end and start of phrases. Got it.
My purpose is to entertain.
I think I'm just kind of hallucinating. A pause right here. Hold on. My purpose is to entertain. Yeah, I'm not pausing at all. So I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, it is BR, not BRH. Fair enough. Yeah, and Vocaloid, I mean, I might be wrong because I never really used them, but I just remember it was like weird to use them. Like, I would try to use them and I would have to put them on the audio track. I couldn't use like the BR phonemes, at least like for Gumi, I think. I think for Gumi it was like weird, Gumi English, but that was also like 2015 when I knew nothing about Vocaloid and then I never bothered with them again.
My purpose is to entertain.
Yeah, that sounds good. Do I want the Scoopy pitch bend to be on let or the? Much to think about. I gotta see, hold on. I gotta show you guys this. I gotta figure out. No, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be able to. I'll get it set up for next time. I was just gonna show you guys a picture of a cat. My roommate is cat sitting, and she sent me a picture of the cat. CL and Q are both theoretically glottal stops, but they're different a little bit. I kinda figured, just based on how they sounded when I tried them out. That's cool. I gotta start learning more about Synth V, because I'm missing out. Kitty, yeah, I'll be alt text for you guys. Hold on, I'll be alt text. It's a black and white kitty with a little mustache, a little black mustache, and yellow eyes. He's curled up, but he's not asleep. He looks a little playful, like he's ready to play. But he's curled up and he's laying on his side. And he's got a big ol' spot on his leg, and his whole belly is white. And he's so cute, and he's laying on this little mat. Anyways, can you tell him I say hi? Let me, hold on. Texting my roommate. Can you tell the cat my friend Jack says hi? I got you. Okay. Also, and Mizuki says to give the kitty lots of pets. Okay. She has told him hello for you, Jack. But yeah, I'm still figuring out this streaming thing. Right now, I only have two scenes set up, so I can show you guys Synth V and I can show you guys Studio One. I could technically get more set up, but I don't want you guys to like sit here while I figure it out. So I'll get more things figured out so each time I stream it gets a little cooler each time.
Entertain, let the world laugh at my flaws.
I need that F to be less intense. Laugh. That might be too much.
Entertain, let the world laugh at my
Yeah, that's too much. It needs to be more F than that.
Entertain, let the world laugh at my flaws.
Yeah, that's much better. I hate when this happens. Like, it, for all intents and purposes, this should be saying my, but when you play it back, it sounds more like ma. And I think it's just, I don't know. It sounds like mufflaws, and it sounds a little silly, but I don't know how to fix that. Pumpkinhead V2 private. I've had people tell you're not the first person to make that joke. Um, but to be honest, I've been for like months now. Oh, you're right, Jack. Let me try that. But for months now, I've really been thinking about getting into streaming. And I'll be completely honest, if I get serious about this, I will probably move to Twitch. But if I do get serious and do that, I'll at least dual stream for a while to YouTube and Twitch, most likely. Um, but I really want to like start actually streaming more, and I want to do a combination of just chatting and music, like what we're doing right now. And I've kind of like just based on the streamers I watch who do music production, I might need to just start showing my face. Like, oh, thank you, Jack. I really enjoy streaming, and actually, I was really nervous. The whole reason I didn't stream with my mic for the last two streams was just because I was nervous. But I'm having a lot of fun, and it's actually not that scary. Um, so I'll totally stream more often. I could make a PNG tuber. It's never really been my thing, to be honest.
No,
Like, oh, sorry. Um, I think they're cool. They're just not really my thing. I just prefer, like, I have a lot of friends who really like VTubers, and I've seen clips, and they're really funny, so it's like no hate to them. But I like the streamers where I can see their face. Like, the streamers I watch, they show their face. And so I feel like that may be the vibe, but I also like the privacy, so a PNG tuber could be a good option.
entertain, let the world laugh at my flaws.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Jack.
Entertain, let the world laugh at my flaws.
Too much.
Entertain, let the world laugh at my flaws.
Still a little too much.
Entertain, let the world laugh at my flaws.
Hmm.
Entertain, let the world laugh at my flaws. Entertain, let the world laugh at my flaws.
He kind of does sound like he's rolling an R, but he is just saying L. Fraz. Hmm. I mainly do this in Vocaloid. I don't really mess with it as much in Synth B, but you guys know the velocity parameter? I don't know how else to describe it besides like any consonant that you can drag out, like I don't know if my mic picks that up, but like like all those consonants that can be drawn out. I like to turn the velocity way up, so that they're really short. And so I'm noticing, especially with the Fs for Yuma, I'm having the desire to do that. Dude, I love the velocity parameter so much. I really need to experiment with lowering the velocity because, yeah, I mean, that's literally what it is, Jack. It's just how long do you want the first consonant to be? Which I appreciate editors that let you, like SynthV, that let you edit the length of every phoneme. But I just, I need to experiment with lowering the velocity. I don't do that very often. That's fair, Mizuki. It's like, I don't know, it feels simple to me, but I've also been using Vocaloid 4 for 10 years now, so that's probably why it feels simple to me. It's entirely too much of my tuning. You're the reason I want to experiment with it, Jack, because I really like how it sounds in your tuning. Like I can tell you lower velocity, and it sounds awesome. I'm not hating at all. It makes me want to try it.
Let the world laugh at my flaws.
More vibrato.
Let the world laugh at my flaws. Nothing.
Hmm.
Let the world laugh at my flaws.
This whole song, normally the default depth is like fine for me, but this song I am wanting less depth on my vibrato.
Let the world laugh at my flaws. Let the world laugh at my flaws. Not
Jack, you know what parameter is actually so goated? It's my favorite parameter probably of all time. Besides pitch bend. Um, the opening parameter. I only use it when I'm tuning JP Lloyds for English, but I feel like it's the entire reason my JP Lloyd tuning sounds like somewhat understandable. I like to think it sounds understandable, but maybe it's just because I maybe it's just because I know the lyrics. But I feel like I have a good sense of what lines I feel like people might understand and what ones they'll get lost on. Dude, yeah, opening is amazing. It's my like it's the parameter I probably make the most use out of when I'm tuning JP Lloyds. It's called mouth in V5 and V6, which is low-key evil, but it's so helpful. What does opening do again? I, the way I would describe it is like how open your vowels sound, like ah versus So if you turn the velocity, or not the velocity, if you turn the opening all the way down on like an ah sound, it's gonna sound more like If you do e, it's gonna be more like Um, what other ones are there? Is gonna be again more like It just kind of it helps you more mimic English vowels that don't exist in the Japanese phoneme list.
let the world laugh at my flaws. Not
And then a nice scoop right here. Oh no! What did I do? Here we go. Oh, neat. Taking notes on this for experimenting. Yeah, I really think you should experiment with it. It was like a game changer for me. It lowers the F1 format of a vowel. I don't know enough about phonemes to know what that means, but I trust you and I believe you, and I'll look that up later. It's basically what Micah uses internally to make her. Ah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I need to use Micah again. It's been far too long. What has it been since 2018? No, 2019. Seasonal Confessions. But I really need. There's so. Man, I have. Especially because I bought a bunch of vocal synths lately. I have like a whole list of synths I need to use because I can't just buy them and not use them for anything. I have to use them. And so I have this whole list, and Yuma's on the list, but I would have used him for this song anyways. Um, and Gumi's on the list, but I am tempted to switch Gumi to Teto because Teto sounds better in this song. I know with most of the JP Vocaloids I use for English, I just end up manipulating the phoneme until it sounds like English or close to it. That's basically all you can do. Like, just mess with the phonemes, mess with some of the parameters. You're never gonna get, it's always gonna kind of have an accent. That's like the charm of it. Do I want this phoneme to be AA or
it's
AX?
nothing ever made.
That sounds messed up. Get out of here. Get out. No, I love using vocals outside of their intended language. Yeah, it's so fun. And, like, the fact that it won't be perfect, like, makes it so much more fun. Because you because then you get to see how close you can get. You know you're never gonna get there because it's just like not feasible. At least probably less true with newer vocal synths, but at least with like V4, it's just like that's part of the fun, like having a kind of wonky outcome.
Nothing ever made.
Do you guys want to hear my Pico song? This is totally unrelated. But speaking of JP Lloyd tuning, do you want to hear my recent JP Lloyd tuning? I've only done the pronunciation, so there's no like pitch bends or anything. But let me find it. I'm glad you're excited about this. Let's see. Mix down. Where is it? Where's the recent? Where's the most recent one? Here we go. This might be a little loud. I don't know. So just a fair warning. But I'm about to play it. Sorry, VLC takes a second. Let me know if you guys can't hear it. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Hold on. I just gotta add an audio source to OBS. Hold on. Audio mixer. Uh-oh. I don't know how to add a source. Actually, I do. Audio output capture. Bank. Default. No, that's not what I want. Okay, I have a better idea. We're gonna add a new capture, and it will be, where is it? A window capture. And we will call it VLC. Okay, select a window to capture, VLC media player, capture audio. I really hope there's nothing like weird and personal on this. I don't think there is. Let's see. Now tell me, or actually this is gonna bug me. There we go. Get it somewhat centered. Okay. Awesome, you guys can see the VLC. It should pick up now. Let me make sure it's not muted. Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Looking for a picture perfect body to design. Packing about pieces from sleep, wedge of them are in this great memory, don't leave before you go. Pieces upon pieces become days of grandpa. I find love in that man. Let's eat and I got it. There is no use in pointless contention. One by one I erase the and I
So that's one of my upcoming songs. That should be out like September. That's the current plan. That's my Pico song. And I love him. And my friend Nico, Pico Nico, it's pretty awesome. Um, is drawing the art for it. And it's going to be sick. It's gonna be awesome, just so you know. And so I've got a song coming out July, and then a song coming out September, and then this one that we're tuning right now will hopefully be like December. I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited too. I really want to post everything I've been working on, but I have to be patient. Hi, Cloudy. Oh, I accidentally clicked into Studio One. Let me pull up. Awesome. Okay. Let's play back everything we have so far.
I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind to all the gray. Luckily, I came to find my sight. Cross so suck to Lumiere. My purpose is to entertain. Let the
Hmm. Sorry to cut it short. I just noticed something that bugged me. I've noticed I don't I'm not crazy about the Z phoneme. A lot of the time, I replace the Z phoneme with the S phoneme. Am I crazy for that?
my purpose is to entertain.
Again, I don't like that Z. At least for Yuma, I guess. But I feel like I do that with other voice banks too.
My purpose is to entertain. Let the
Yeah, I mean, I, yeah, Cloudy, I technically streamed with my voice when I was like 14, but that was pre-testosterone, so I had a voice like a little flute. So this is probably the first time a lot of people have heard my current voice. Let's see. My purpose is to win. My purpose is to. Yeah, I guess I do. Normally I go ta instead of to, but I guess this time I am saying to.
my purpose is to entertain.
It cuts through way too much. Yeah, I agree. There's a technical term that escapes me, but yeah, I always find it nicer when consonant clusters agree in voicing. Yeah, I think I agree.
My purpose is to entertain. Let the world laugh at my flaws.
Yeah, I would definitely use ST above ZT. ZT, I guess it's a pasta, but it also just sounds weird. Sorry, that was a bad joke. I'm pretty sure I wasn't aware of Vocaloid when you streamed with your voice. Yeah, it would have been like 2016, 2017, and like early 2017, like before May, because May's when I rebranded. Dang, it's been 9 years since I rebranded, and I'm considering rebranding back to my original name. That's crazy.
Entertain. Let the world laugh at my flaws.
Wow, you were in primary school? That's crazy. I was in high school. Primary school. Primary school. What what age is that? I'm from America, so I don't. Is that like grades 1 through 6, kind of like elementary school, or is that just kind of like the term for like K through 12? if you know that American term. Like, is that just like college that is or school that is before college? Yeah, end of middle school, high school. You're pretty close to me in age. I started high school in 2015.
Let the world laugh at my
Ooh, that does not sound good. Did I do that? Why did I put that there? That's not a wait. Is that what I did? No. Is that what I did? That is what I did. That sounds like I don't know why I did that. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. 6 to 11. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, you were about the same age as me.
let the world laugh at my flaws.
Yeah, I might be like it's also well, actually, I can't remember I can't think well enough to know if this would make me even older than you or younger than you, but I started school a year early, so I'm a year younger than people would have typically been. So I started high school when I was 13. Yeah, Jack, literally. I sometimes I look at my tuning and I would love to study your brain as if it isn't my brain.
Let the world laugh at my flaws. Let the world laugh at my flaws.
Okay, I guess that's fine. Well, now you have me stumped. Yeah, I guess I'll just tell you my birth year and then you can decide from there. You don't have to share your age, but I was born in 2001.
Nothing ever makes
I feel like that's fine, but still, just to be sure, I'm gonna try this. 2007. That's crazy. It's crazy because you're in a like sorry, I feel like you probably get this whenever you tell anyone older than you that you were born in 2007, but it's crazy to me that you're an adult because like my youngest sibling was born in 2005 and it still shocks me that he's an adult. He's not even a teenager anymore. And I'm just like, wow, you're still like 15 to me. 2002. That's a pretty good year. I feel like 2001 is a little cooler. Not to mog, not to birth year mog you. Yeah, that's how I feel. My cousin was born, I think, in 2009, which is even less real of a year to be born in.
nothing ever makes me feel the
That sounds so bad. That's the AI tuning, so I can pretend I'm not culpable. True, your birth year is a palindrome. Your birth year might be cooler than mine. You might have just birth year mocked me. But my birthday's October 30th. As far as birthdays go, that's one of the cooler ones. 10/30, it's a good birthday. Yeah. When people say that, how old is, I have a cousin that was born on my birthday when I turned 12. So she was born in 2013. Ridiculous. Not a real year to be born.
nothing ever makes me feel the same.
Ooh, wait, maybe? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to redo this line. Something I like to do in Vocaloid, I'll show you guys here. I've never really done it in Synth V, but I like to have a pitch bend slowly go down like this, so it's kind of like the note getting detuned. Hmm, I don't know how that'll sound. It either sounds really good or really bad. There's never an in-between. 4th of June. My childhood best friend was born on the 4th of June. So I also like your birth date.
Nothing ever makes me feel the same.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then we've been doing these two with vibrato. I feel like this time I'll give this one that because of the detune. Mine's an obscure one. It's March 19th. That is a deep cut. That's not a birthday you see every day. I don't know how I feel about that birthday. It's unique. I like that. I've only ever met one other, well, I guess two, because my cousin. I used to live across the street from someone who was born on the exact same day as me down to the year. She was 6 hours older than me, and we lived on the same street. That was crazy.
Nothing ever makes me feel the same as nothing ever makes me feel the same. Nothing ever makes me feel the same as nothing ever makes me feel the same. Nothing ever makes me feel the same as nothing ever makes me feel the same.
Oh my god, please play normally.
Nothing ever makes me feel the same as nothing ever makes me feel the same as feel the same as the crowd roaring applause. Feel the same as the crowd roaring applause.
Let's get freaky with it.
Me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause.
For some reason, even though this goes down, I want the pitch bend to scoop up. Let's try it. Freaky Yuma real. It's true, guys. Actually, the designs for this PV, I want them to be a little freaky. Because the whole theme is like the whole song is like, oh, we're like circus freaks, everyone's laughing at us, but it's actually like chill because we have each other and we love ourselves. That's kind of like the whole like it's like just a way to be like you should love yourself because like no one else is gonna do it. I mean, like people might do it for you, but it's not a guarantee, so you might as well love yourself. That's kind of the message of the song. So I'm gonna make them look a little freaky, but in a cool way because they're awesome.
Me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause.
That sounds really bad. That's why you don't scoop. That's why you don't scoop when you're not supposed to.
Me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause.
But I want to do something over here. I want to do something fun.
Me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause. Me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause.
We're getting close to the point where I have to make a decision, and I'm gonna need your guys' help. I want to use Gumi for this song because I bought Gumi's synth V like a couple years ago and I still haven't used it for anything. Um, but I do think Teto sounds way better. But I've used Teto so many times. I feel like I've used Teto so much, and I feel like as much as I love Teto, she's becoming kind of overused because she's so popular. Not to hate on her because she deserves the popularity, but I've heard her so much. I'm kind of done with her for a while. But she objectively, I guess I shouldn't say objectively then in my opinion, but in my opinion, she sounds better in this
Me
song.
feel the same as the crowd roaring applause.
Turn the depth down.
me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause.
My green. You are the greenest person ever. You guys know that one? I love that video. My name is Green. How green are you? I'm very green. And I mean, it feels right to use Gumi for this song because the original version in 2018 or 2019 or whatever was gonna be a Gumi Yohio duet. But like, okay, I'll show you the chorus with Gumi, and I'll show you the chorus with Teto. Might sound nice, but you might have to mess with some of her VMs. Yeah. I've already kind of messed with them. I gave her Ballad and Vivid. Um, and then I upped her tension up bunch. The tolls of loving all vocal synths. Really, yeah. I want to use all of them. I genuinely can't write music fast enough to use all the voice banks I want to use. Okay, it looks like we're leaning towards Gumi. Okay, I'll still play it though.
Cries of ecstasy, cries that directly, cries that hide our sorrows and leave us empty. Oh, is this a test? Something I can't best play your part or prove you're better than the rest. Right is very serious, and not just the spacing. What's inside the ultimate test? What is it you see? Worth the thing in me? I don't think that's something I could ever be. Fighting everything you choose to believe that what the side of me is all that you can see.
Okay, so that's Gumi. I think she sounds good, but I'll show you Teto.
Cries of ecstasy, cries that directly, cries that hide our sorrows and leave us empty. Oh, is this a test? Something I can't best play your part or prove you're better than the rest. Right is very serious, and not just the spacing. What's inside the ultimate test? What is it you see? Worth the thing in me? I don't think that's something I could ever be. Fighting everything you choose to believe that what the side of me is all that you can see. Day and day I lie awake softly reciting words imprinted in my memory. Everyone's a freak down here. Everybody is a freak down here.
We're leaning Gumi? Sounds good. We're sticking with Gumi then. I do agree about her sounding clearer than Teto. I was noticing that too. Where was I? Oh wow, I really was at the end of the verse. Okay, let's listen to this verse to make sure it sounds good.
I was raised to see the world in black and white. I was blind to all the gray. Luckily, I came to find my sight. Cross took to leave me here. My purpose is to entertain. Let the world laugh at my flaws. Nothing ever makes me feel the same as the crowd roaring applause. Painted like a clown, painted.
Yeah, I think you're right about them having similar tones. I think like when I was just hearing Teto by herself, I was like, yeah, this is better. Yeah, I might sorry. I was like, yeah, I might have to go with her. And then I heard them together and I was like, hmm. Oh, bye, Corey. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a good night. I might hop off somewhat soon too, but I'm having a good time, so I'll probably stick around a little longer. Um, but let me see. How long have we been going? It doesn't tell me. That's okay. It's a mystery. We'll find out later. But I got the verse tuned. I guess now I could keep tuning, or I could export this into Studio One and start mixing the vocals, but I don't I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Let's see. Well, first let's listen to this. Did we already did we already listen to it? Let's listen to it again. I don't know.
came to find my sight. Cross so soak to leave me here. My purpose is to entertain. Let the world laugh at my flaws. Nothing ever makes me feel the same as the crowd throwing applause. Painted like a clown.
Maybe we tune Gumi a little bit. I've never, ever in my life tuned Gumi Synth V. I mean, I've also never, ever in my life tuned Yuma Synth V. So you guys just watched me tune him for the first time ever. So I guess you can watch me tune her for the first time ever too. I guess I might as well because I... Why is it not letting me select all? What? Am I crazy? Control A selects all of them, right? There we go. It just took forever. I thought I was going crazy. Anyways, I did auto process Yuma, so I feel like for consistency's sake, I should probably do that with Gumi too, and then edit it from there. Let's see how that sounds.
Turn your head towards the crowd. Get
Please. Loki might need to cover this song when it releases. Thank you. I'll be sure. I'm gonna try to be better about posting the files for my songs, like the instrumental and the VSQX, especially now that I have that Google Drive. Um, I I'm glad you like the meaning behind it. I wrote it in high school when I still kind of hated myself, and it was kind of me manifesting liking myself. Um, but so I never ended up finishing it because I didn't really know what to write for the lyrics because I was kind of drawing from feelings I hadn't felt yet. Um, and that was the biggest reason it never got published. I wasn't really happy with the lyrics. Um, but now I don't really hate myself anymore. I'm kind of chill with myself. So it was really easy to write the lyrics for this. I mean, I kept some of the old lyrics. I kept like half the old lyrics. Um, like the part I just tuned is for old lyrics, but I like this song. This song's important to me because like how my relation to it changed over time because of the message. Not to ramble. Anyways, I need to hear this solo. Yeah, I feel like being mentally ill and hating yourself in high school is kind of a rite of passage. I hope you're chiller about yourself now.
turn your head.
Hey, I thought I muted that. I soloed it.
Turn your head towards the crowd. Get ready
Please.
now and pretend you're having fun. The show's begun.
I can auto process that better. Let's get rid of that. Surprisingly, I have this like little cheap little fan that I have running on my laptop because it likes to overheat. But I had to turn it off so I could plug in my microphone. Surprisingly, it's not heating up. I'm glad you're kind of chill with yourself. That's better than not being chill at all. I get that. I am not always chill about myself. I have my moments. But the older you get, the better it gets in my experience. Let's see, auto pitch tuning. I feel like that's the same.
Turn your head towards.
Forgot it unmuted. So
Turn your head towards the crowd. Get ready now and pretend you're having fun. The show's begun.
I guess. I guess that's fine. It's just a bass. I'm gonna be doing all the tuning anyways. I actually might end up dipping right now, just because my computer's really actually starting to chug. The longer I go on, the slower it's getting. So I'm gonna give it a little break. But I had a really fun time. I'm definitely gonna try to stream a lot more often because, I mean, it's just fun. I'm having a fun time hanging out with you guys. Yeah, rest in peace, my laptop. Hopefully, like I said, new PC in 2 weeks. I'll get that set up. It's got 32 gigs of RAM, so I really should be chilling. Hopefully. But I mean, like everything else about the PC is kind of like chill. Like it's like kind of average. But the RAM, 32 gigs. Awesome, Mizuki. I really hope to see you again. I had a good time hanging out. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for stopping in and thank you guys for chatting with me. I hope you guys enjoy having it with the mic on. I definitely feel like it's less boring since you're not sitting in silence. And I hope you all have a good night.